Welcome back to Reading for Purpose. Today is another beautiful, blessed day that the Lord Jesus has given us, and I am so glad to be spending time with you on our new reading adventure. Today we will be reading Curious George, Time for School. And on the cover we can see a clock. We can see Curious George story time. We can see lunchtime with Curious George. We can see school is out. We can see Curious George at playtime, and we can see Curious George at the bus stop. So I guess this is his little layout of what he does in his day prepping for school. Curious George, Time for School, adaptation by Cynthia Platt, based on the TV series Teleplay, written by Kathy Waugh. And also on this side of the cover, we see Curious George writing on a blackboard, and we see Curious George holding an apple with his book bag. When I was a young girl going to school, I loved writing on the blackboard. I loved when the teacher would call us to write answers or to even help her clean the blackboard. That was one of my favorite things of going to school. Today is a great day to be a curious monkey. George is going to kindergarten with his friend Allie. At 7 o'clock, he starts to get ready. Don't forget, an apple for the teacher, says the man with the yellow hat. George makes sure he has his school supplies. There will be so many things to learn and do at school. There sure is a lot of things to learn and do at school. So in the reading, we know that George gets up at 7 o'clock to get ready for school. We also know that he likes to pack his own supplies for school. He's being independent. That's good. And you can see the clock. I bet at home you guys always have to be reminded, right? It's time to get up, or it's time to brush your teeth, or it's time for breakfast, or it's time for school. Let's get ready to go. Those are some reminders where we have to be alert of the time so that we can be on time for school or wherever we have to go in our day. At 8 o'clock, George and Allie are at the bus stop waiting patiently. The bus arrives right on time and they hop on and ride to school. So we know that George gets up at 7 o'clock, and by 8 o'clock he's outside with Allie at the bus stop. I wonder, for all those that are taking the bus to school, do you like to sit in the front of the bus, in the back of the bus, or in the middle of the bus? I think I never got to ride a bus to school, but if I did, I think I would like to ride in the front so I could see all the things that you would pass on the way to school. George and Allie arrive at school at 9 o'clock. George is very happy to meet Allie's classmates. So we see here that George and Allie must live pretty far from the school, or that there's a lot of kids that had to be picked up from the bus stop, because at 8 o'clock, George and Allie were waiting for the bus. And it took them 9 o'clock, so that means it took them 1 hour to arrive to school, where George got to meet all Allie's friends. The teacher calls everyone together at 10 o'clock for story time. The students all sit in special chairs to listen to the teacher read. Then the student talks about what they like most about the story. George likes the part about castles. Ooh, so we see here at school, they get story time. I like story time. I especially like that we get to share this story time together. And then we also see that George likes castles. What do you like to play with, or what do you like to read about? Or better yet, what's your favorite time in school? What fabulous fun! At 11, it's time to play at the water and sand tables. Ooh, that sounds fun. George loves to play with sand and to make a mess. Maybe it's cleanup time too. Ooh, so we see here that they get to play with water and sand. And we also see here that George likes to make a mess. Ooh, I don't like messes, but At least he gets to have fun, and maybe the teacher will have them help in cleanup. Oh, sorry, these pages are kind of hard. At 12 o'clock, it's time to eat lunch. George and Allie are feeling hungry after so much playing and learning. They sit down and enjoy their lunches from home. Ooh! So we see here that it's lunchtime at 12 o'clock. I like lunchtime. I like to eat my healthy fruits and vegetables and a sandwich or a soup, and definitely having my water on the side. What do you like to have for lunch? Let's see what else happens. Wow, the day is flying by. At 1 o'clock, George and Allie are playing with blocks. He wonders if they could use them to build a castle in the classroom. But George gets a little carried away. Luckily, the teacher loves the fancy castle they built for her. Ooh, they built a big castle. So we see here that George and Allie and everyone that's in school, not only are they learning and playing, but they're getting to express themselves. They're getting to see what they like and incorporate it in the classroom. Wow, that's nice. It's 2 p.m. Time to go home. George has had such a wonderful day at school. Oh wow, George is tired. He's been learning and playing, and he's just tired, sleeping on Allie's lap as they drive their way to school. So in this book, we see that George learns to tell time. The clock folds out. The clock in the beginning of the book folds out. So if you have this book at home, or if you're interested in getting this book, it's interesting because they said the clock folds out, and we follow George hour by hour as he makes his way through a fun-filled day at school. So let's see here. Let's see, does it move? Yes, it does. George wakes up at 7 o'clock a.m., right? By 8 o'clock, 1 hour later, he is waiting with Allie at the bus stop. By 9 o'clock, he arrives with Allie at school where they meet all the friends, right? By 12 o'clock, it's lunchtime. And let me just make sure, because I don't want to say a wrong time. By 1 o'clock, George and Allie are building blocks, right? And by 2 o'clock, they are heading home. So that's kind of interesting, and that's interactive, where you can take something and enjoy it. So here we're being interactive with the book as we are enjoying the clock that it's moving around. So this was a pretty interesting book. I love how it showed George's day. I love how it allows you guys to see how fun school can be. You guys could be in school from a little grade, pre-K, kindergarten. You could be in elementary school. You could even be somebody that's older and enjoying this story time with us. You could even be a parent that is enjoying seeing us read this book, and you can see how kids get to enjoy their day. So here we learned about timing today. We learned about how you can make your timing productive. What I mean by that is that even whether you're little or older, you can learn to tell time, and you can show independence by knowing what you have to do and doing it in an order. And this would help you to grow. This would help you to be alert of time, and it would also help you to see how you can help others in your day by inputting extra time for them. So another lesson that I found was important was we see here that George has a friend named Allie. And in the pictures, you can see that they're very close. They do things together. And they also, they ride to school together. They ride home together. They play together. So if you guys have any friends that you find yourselves very close to, remember, appreciate your friends. Enjoy your friends, respect your friends, and be helpful to them. Friends are very important, and good friendships should be valued and protected. In today's Bible verse that I will be sharing that relates with the story that we read, I will be reading to you Proverbs 4:1. Hear ye children the instruction of a father, and attend to know understanding. So here, my little learners, I want you to see the importance of what? Hearing instruction and attending to understanding. So hear instruction. Be willing to take instruction when it's given to you. Don't see instruction as bad or as annoying. Don't let it get you mad, but hear it. It'll help you to grow. It'll help you to be the person that God has intended you to be, and it will help you to have an easier life as we obey those that are teaching us. And attend to know understanding. When you understand things, you can make right decisions. When you understand things, you can lean more to being taught. So embrace both. Embrace understanding, embrace knowledge, embrace wisdom. These are three important qualities that will help you to be young, God-fearing children and in the future adults. And it will help you to be open to learning, not only from peers, but from teachers, from your parents, from those God has put over your life to watch over you, to protect you, to teach you, and to help you. So once again, my little learners, I thank you so much that you have taken some of your time to spend some time with me. I truly appreciate it, and I hope to see you again, or I should say, I hope to share some reading time again with you as we read for purpose. Thank you. See you soon.
Thank you for watching Curious George Time for School. Make sure you like, subscribe, and push that notification button. Thank you.